It's said that a cat has 9 lives, but Puss in Boots isn't ready to live his last one. Puss is a talking cat with a huge fan base around the town. Tonight, he's throwing a large party and all the citizens gathered to get a glimpse of him. Puss thanks everyone for coming and presents his song. Everyone sings and dances along with him. They call Puss the fearless hero as he never hesitated to face a challenge. The audience was having a great time. They got interrupted by an old man. The old man is the actual owner of the mansion. He gets furious after seeing Puss having a party without his permission. He orders his guards to catch the notorious cat. Puss isn't afraid at all. He got a bunch of smooth moves to tackle all the attacks. And above all, he's also vibing with the music beats. What happens next is something no one thought of. The loud music has awakened the forest giant. His anger is at its peak and he starts capturing the citizens. But no need to worry, Puss in Boots is here to the rescue. The giant throws away Puss several times, but the fighter cat is not giving up so easily. He tricks the giant with his weapon and drops him down on the ground. Everyone cheers up for Puss and thanks him. Puss was happily receiving the compliments when all of a sudden, the broken bell fell over him. He falls unconscious and opens back his eyes in a clinic. The doctor runs a checkup and advises Puss to get retired from his fearless activities. Puss isn't afraid of dying as he has 9 lives. But how many is he left with? The question makes Puss count all the times he died before. Once in a bull race, secondly in a casino, third time by jumping while drunk, his 4th and 5th death were by trying out stupid challenges, the 6th time he died by eating allergic food, the 7th time was when he tried baking, and his 8th death occurred today by getting crushed under the bell. Puss is living his last one. The doctor tells him to spend his life in a safe place, but Puss wants to continue being the fearless hero. He visits a bar at night where he finds the big bad wolf. Wolf wants to kill Puss for the sake of reward. Puss gets ready to face his enemy, but all of his moves are meaningless to the powerful wolf. Soon the poor cat is thrown on the ground. He's feeling terror for the first time in his life. He's afraid of dying and runs away. Puss can't be the fearless hero he used to be. After realizing this fact, he buries his costume and rushes to the cat shelter. There lives a woman called Mama Luna. She runs a foster home for cats and takes in Puss happily, but Puss isn't happy. He's not used to eating cat food and meowing around. However, with the passage, he accepts the place. One day while eating lunch, he finds another talking cat. Actually, it's a dog named Pero disguised as a cat so he can have a place to live. Pero is really delighted to meet Puss and follows him everywhere. The Puss isn't interested in friendship and wants to live his last days in peace. Unfortunately, his enemies aren't less. Goldilocks and the 3 bears are after him. They break into the shelter and start looking for Puss. Luckily, they can't recognize him without his boots. The baby bear finds the place where Puss buried his costume and they assume the Puss is dead. Goldie starts talking about the wish-granting star. She wanted Puss's help to get it. That star can grant any wish. Puss is hearing the song. This gives him new hope of getting back his 9 lives. He wears back his boots and gets ready to catch the wishing star. Pero follows him too, like the good puppy he is. The map to the star is being taken by a guy named Big Jack Horner. He owns a collection of all kinds of magical stuff, and his next desire is the wishing star. He wants to have all the magical powers just for himself. Puss sneaks into his room and tries to steal the map, but meets his old acquaintance there. It's Kitty Softpaws. She's after the map too. While the 2 cats are fighting on the map, Goldie and the bears break in too. Jack gets angry at the interruption, and they all start to fight. Puss and Kitty run out of the room into the factory area. Kitty snatches away the map and Puss is stuck with the bears. They throw him out and he falls in a carriage along with a kitty. Pero is already there and he drives the carriage away. Goldie and Jack's man followed them, but couldn't catch up. Before leaving the town, Puss notices Big Bad Wolf in the crowd. Back at the mansion, Jack is also preparing to catch Puss. Meanwhile, the map gives magical messages and hints about the dark forest where no one dares to go, and whoever actually went there never came back. Puss and Kitty are heading toward the forest, but it won't be easy as all their enemies are following them. Puss and his mates have reached the gate of the dark forest. The mysterious portal takes them to a new dimension. Surprisingly, the dark forest isn't dark at all. Instead, it's quite colorful and cute. Kitty rolls down the map and sees 3 different paths for each of them. Puss and Kitty's path is full of negative and dangerous routes, but Pero's path is gentle and sweet because his heart is pure, unlike others. Kitty lets Pero hold the map and they follow his path. On the way, the innocent dog reveals his story. When he was just a little pup, his mates tried to throw him in the dumpster several times. One day, they even tied him inside a sack and threw him into the river. However, Pero was too pure to realize the evil intentions of his mates. He still thinks that they were just playing with him. After a while, they reach their first stop, the Pocket of Poses. It's a beautiful field of huge roses. Puss and Kitty are captured by the roses, but Pero is safe. The flowers reflect one's actions. If you're gentle with them, they'll be too. Puss and Kitty follow Pero's steps and pass the field. Meanwhile, Goldie and Bears are following them too but get attacked by Jack. Afterward, Jack enters the pocket of posies and burns down the flowers. He doesn't know what kindness and gentleness are. Puss and his mates have reached the river of relaxation. Kitty fixes Puss's overgrown beard and gives him a knife as a weapon. Getting that, Puss throws away his stick sword. Being a dumb dog, Pero rushes to fetch the stick and gets captured by Jack. Goldie reaches there too, and the place turns into a complete mess. Goldie also catches the map and tries to run away with it. Suddenly, among the trees, Puss notices the big bad wolf. His body starts to tremble and he runs away. Pero follows him and wants to hear his story. Puss tells him about his wish of 9 lives, but he doesn't want to share it with Kitty. She will never be able to trust Puss as he left her on the day of their wedding. He regrets it now, but it's too late. Little does he know, Kitty heard all this, but she's waiting for his confession. After getting back on their journey, Puss finally apologizes to Kitty. He wasn't ready for the marriage, so he ran away. Kitty forgives him immediately as she hasn't shown up to the wedding either. Meanwhile, Goldie opens the map and reads the message. It tells her to cherish the things she has in front of her eyes. When she looks up, there's an identical copy of the cottage. The map wants to show that she already has what can make her happy. While she was admiring the blessings, Puss and Kitty sneak in to get back the map. The map's path shifts from Goldie's to Kitty's and the ground breaks apart. Unfortunately, Pero is left back on the wrong side. Puss snatches the map to change the path again, and this time he gets trapped in a crystal lattice. Kitty goes back to rescue Pero and tells Puss to find a way out. Pero is trapped with the bears and sees them quarreling with each other. He's watching them closely as he never experienced living in a family. He tells Goldie how lucky she is. While she starts rethinking her life decisions, Kitty picks away Pero. Meanwhile, Puss meets his past self from all 8 lives. This encourages him to keep moving toward the wishing star, but he has to leave Kitty and Pero behind if he wants to continue to live as a so-called legend. Puss starts to question himself, but suddenly he hears the creepy whistle again. The big bad wolf is right behind him. It feels like death is coming to Puss in the form of wolf. Puss starts to run blindly. He sees Kitty and Pero near him but doesn't stop. He wants the wishing star badly. Puss reaches where the star is and gets ready to wish for his 9 lives. Goldie's following him too. She tells the bear that she wants a real family. This breaks the bear's hearts, but they are still ready to help Goldie find her happiness. Meanwhile, Kitty reaches there too and reveals that she had the wish of having someone she could trust. She thought she had already found him in the form of Puss, but she was wrong. Puss can't be trusted. He only knows how to run away. Saying this, she hands over the map and walks away. Jack, Goldie, and the bears have reached there too. They all start fighting for the map. The poor map is flying here and there and finally gets into the hands of Goldie. She's just a step away from her wish, but then she hears Baby Bear crying. Goldie can't help herself and rushes to save the bears. She doesn't need a new family as she already has one. Kitty has gotten rid of Jack too, and Pero brings the map to Puss and tells him that 9 lives may sound fascinating, but a single life is enough if you have good friends beside you. Though Puss doesn't have enough time to think as death is behind him, Wolf has come to take his life. He throws the sword in front of Puss and asks if he will fight or run away. The wish is in Puss's hands. He can get back his 9 lives, but is it what he truly wants? Puss drops the map and picks up the sword. He's ready to face death. The battle starts. Puss is lagging behind and soon loses his sword, but then he remembers the little knife Kitty gave him. He uses it to shield himself and picks up his sword. He can feel the presence of marvelous energy in his body. He has only 1 life and is ready to fight for it. Wolf walks close to his face but can't see a single mark of fear. Puss has accepted his fate and doesn't fear death anymore. Seeing this, Wolf backs off. The immortal cat he wants to kill is no more there. There's a whole new Puss in Boots. The calamity hasn't ended yet. Jack comes back after eating the magical pill. He's turned into a giant and snatches away the map. Pero distracts him with his puppy eyes, and Puss and Kitty snatches away the map. With the help of Goldie, they tear off the magical map. The ground starts to break. Everyone rushes outside while the monster Jack gets blasted along with a star. Puss and the others have learned to cherish the blessings they already have without the wishing star. Goldie has a warm family, Kitty has friends whom she can trust, and Puss has got the opportunity to live his last life with his one true love. Without waiting any further, Puss gets on to another adventure with Kitty and Pero. We all have only 1 life. Let's spend it doing the things we love. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on the notification, and leave a like and comment. Thank you.